The year is 2008. The Great Recession's at its peak. Barack Obama was elected president. Same-sex marriage was legalized in California. And some really good games were released. Some of the most notable games from the time are BioShock, Fallout 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, and we obviously cannot forget World of Goo. So what does this have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing. This isn't a documentary about 2008. We are here to look at Spore in 2022 to see if it's worth playing. Well, before we start this game, we gotta make sure that we're recording with anything other than game capture and OBS because it looks like... Yep, this game was made in 2008. So this game starts with this cutscene of a meteor sperming all over the planet, and you spawn in the world as a tiny baby boy. As a newborn in this cold, unforgiving world, you can choose your class. You can either eat other baby boys or plants if you're cringe. But there's actually not much to do in this stage. Basically just eat everything you can, hope you obtain good parts to evolve with, and slowly evolve into the next stage. Unless you play on hard mode. Then you gotta fight for your fucking life. This shit's ridiculous. It shouldn't even be classified as hard mode. It's fucking nightmare difficulty to get enough DNA points to even compete with the other cells in this stage. You basically become a scavenger if you choose a carnivore because there's no way you're beating the other baby boys one-on-one. You just can't fucking compete. Which does make it take a bit of time to actually get through this section of the game, but it is difficult in a fun way. It actually feels like your choices matter in evolution, unlike in the lower difficulties where it didn't really feel like it mattered a whole lot. In hard mode, you have to be really strategic about which parts you place on your guy and where you put them, which, you know, is what the game is about. Evolving your baby boy to be the strongest baby boy in the primordial soup. That all being said, it's still a relatively short section of the game. Even with all my deaths and setbacks, it still took me like 30 minutes on hard mode to beat this section. But it's still pretty cool. Now we get onto the stage where everybody says this game peaks. And yeah, I can see why people say that. The creature stage. This is a stage where your baby boy grows up to a regular boy. He gets some legs and a brain, and he's off to the races. Now this stage is a lot like the cell stage, except you get about 1 billion more options and customization, and your boys can now interact with the world in a whole different way. And the way you do interact with the world is you can befriend other boys for once. You don't have to eat them. And you can evolve your boys to specifically be really good at socializing. You can add certain parts to your body that make socializing easier to help become friends with other boys. But your boys are not pussies and neither are you. We commit mass genocide on this shit. I'm like Christopher Columbus in this bitch. I'm treating these guys like the Taino people. And if you've never heard of them, exactly. On the real though, look up the Taino people because it's fucked up. Anyway, woo! Our boy Mike just made the last species we need to evolve go extinct. Pog. Now, I'm not gonna lie. After the creature stage, it's not very interesting. The tribal stage is like playing Age of Empires, but bad. There's very little to do here. What it boils down to in this section is you get food for baby boys, wait for baby boys to grow up into guys, get a tribe full of guys, you can either destroy other tribes or befriend them. And there's no skill to this, you just try to befriend them, and by doing that you just hit a button that they tell you to, and to attack you just hit the attack button and your guys will take care of it. The city stage is even worse. You basically just speed run through it as fast as you can because there's like no substance. Like cool, I can design 5 buildings and 3 vehicles that I'll never see again after 20 minutes because I won't be back on my home planet as soon as I get to the next stage. But yeah, you just take over cities that are the same species as your guys, so you're basically just fighting yourself. After you conquer enough of yourself, you just shoot like this beam into the sky that puts the whole planet under your rule or something, I don't know. And here is when you do for the last time what I feel this game is all about. Creating something. After you finish making your spaceship, that is the very last bit of customizing this game has to offer. And after that, you just go very, very slowly, unless you're using the glitch because you infinite fuel and makes you invincible, to the center of the universe. which you might as well use the glitch because it's the biggest pain in the ass to get to the center of the universe. They made it unnecessarily tedious. But let's get to the meat and beans of the video. Is this worth playing in 2022? And I would have to say, yes, believe it or not. While over half the game might not be as good as the first parts, they're not that bad. In the later sections, you can really feel the age of the game. They don't offer a lot of substance, but the idea is still there. It may have been a little overambitious for a game of 2008, but they still tried, they got their ideas across okay, and they executed it okay. On the other hand, the Silent Creature stages, I would say, are still fun by today's standards. Of course, a lot of the charm is not the gameplay itself, but the creature creation, which I think is fine. Just think about like Dark Souls and Skyrim. You're just making funky guys for like 30 minutes before you start playing the game, and you have fun with that. And with Spore, it's a little bit more than that, because it's not just about making funky guys. You also gotta think about survival. Gotta put the specific parts on that make your guys still funky guys, but also make them fit for survival. So yeah, give this game a try, but don't pay $20 for it, because on Steam right now it's like $20, and it's definitely not worth the $20. So just like, I don't know, go look through like people's drawers to like look for a disc or something. I don't fucking care. Game, 6.5 out of 10, pretty okay. Well, now we draw to the end of another video, and I hope you did enjoy it. And please hit that subscribe if you made it this far, because if you made it this far and are not subscribed, I'll be like Christopher Columbus, but on you. Also, if you like this scripted kind of content, please let me know what else you would like to see. It doesn't even have to be like gaming related. I just like to talk sometimes. So if you have any ideas, if you want me to cover like internet stuff or whatever, just whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I mean, I care a lot. I care a lot about your opinion. So please let me know what you guys would like. And oh, I also stream on Twitch and YouTube, so turn on notifications for both so you'll always catch me when I am live. I usually just playing games, and maybe I'll make you laugh. Who knows? You won't know unless you tune in. But okay, I think that's really it for now, so I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.